Well, isn't that more like it, folks? What a performance and what a win. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Toon Review for the match reaction with myself, Paul. Thank you so much for watching the video. And what a night. What a night at the Hill Dickinson Stadium as Newcastle really turn it on tonight and blow Everton out of the water on their own ground. And finally, we get a good result and a fantastic performance away from home. And hopefully, this is now the catalyst to start moving forward, getting points in the Premier League and moving up the table. Because when we play like that, we are pretty much untouchable. Some of the football was breathtaking tonight with some very good goals. Yes, Everton scored, but that was a very good goal from Dewsbury Hall. He brought it down really well and finished it really well. And like I said in the commentary, you know, you don't want to be too hard sometimes on the players when we put in such a good performance. Looking to criticise little mistakes here and there. It was just a good goal for Everton. But listen, the game was gone. The game was out the water by then because we blew them apart. It was once again blistering start from Newcastle United. And Eddie surprised a lot of people today with his team selection. No doubt about it. There was a few surprises in there. Of course, leaving Toon Army out. Pope. I mean, listen, Nick Pope, whether he's injured or not, I don't really, need to discuss it. Ramsdale started, and Ramsdale was excellent. Everything that Ramsdale needed to do tonight for me, he did it very well. No complaints at all. We looked a lot more comfortable playing out from the back. And the defenders didn't hold back giving Ramsdale the ball when they needed to, and he stayed calm when he had it. He played it out very well. So certainly no complaints from that side of it either. It was just an all-round solid performance. We got going very quickly. Malik Chow's header from a brilliant corner from Lewis Miley, by the way. Who knew Miley could take corners like that? Our set-piece taken tonight was probably as best as I've seen in a long time. In a real long time. So credit to the corner. Chow, who just seems to just get better and better every single game we see him. The money we paid for him looks like an absolute snipping bargain right now. But a good header. We're 1-0 up. Then there was a little bit of a worry because after around the 8th or the 10th minute, Everton grew back into the game and we started letting them have a lot of the ball. There was a lot of comments in the chat for Matchday Live and generally from everybody watching that we thought that maybe Everton were growing into the game and we'd sat back again and they were going to get an equaliser. It didn't happen. For all Everton had a lot of possession then and pushed us a little bit back, they didn't get a shot on target during that spell. Because we defended absolutely magnificently. I mean, what a difference Lewis Hall and Tino Livramento make. And listen, every Newcastle fan has said this, by the way, that we possibly, let's not panic too much because when they come back, we are a very different football team. They offer things that nobody else can. And for me, we've got the two England fullbacks right there. And if Thomas Tuchel can't see that watching these two play football, then I don't know what else he's watching because they are leaps ahead of anybody else. Yes, there is some good fullbacks in the Premier League right now, but I'm not even being biased as a Newcastle United fan when I say that those two should be in the England lineup. There's no doubt about it. And as for the centre-backs, look, we made comments at the start, didn't we, saying, oh, he's never going to leave Dan Burn out. He's brought him back in because he's rest and share. That will probably be the reason why he's sort of done that. But Burn was magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. And look, we've hammered him at left back. And for me, rightly so. He's not a left back. He was put in that situation by Eddie Howe. And for me, he doesn't belong there. He is a centre-back. And for me, he proved today why Thomas Tuchel picks him for England. He was colossal, again, but in the right position. And he didn't put a foot wrong today, Dan Burn. The tackles he was making, the clearances, absolutely superb alongside Malik Chow. And as I say, Chow on the ball is just a different kettle of fish. He made a big call in the midfield, of course. He brought Miley in today alongside Joe Linton and Bruno, which was a bit of a surprise. But look how Lewis Miley performed. He was brilliant. And in fact, it's pointless me just bringing out individual players in this reaction because every single one of them was outstanding. You know, nobody let us down today. Joe Linton, especially in the second half, was incredible. But what I really liked about Newcastle today was the camaraderie we had. We didn't panic when we were under pressure. You know, lots of times the Everton players would try and press us, but we didn't panic on the ball. We played the triangles. We played little passes to get us out of danger. And the players who we know that have got calm heads in situations when they're under pressure did very well. You know, that ability to sort of, you know, hold the ball up and then just push it somewhere into space and make that bit of space for you, giving you an extra few seconds on the ball. Miley, though, for all his youth, he did that absolutely outstandingly this afternoon. You know, the way he's so calm for his age. But there seemed to be a lot of that calmness around the whole side this afternoon. There seemed to be just everybody was together. There was a real passion this afternoon that we probably haven't seen in away performances for a long, long time. There was a belief that despite the changes in the team, we can go out and we can perform really well. And for Miley to get the goal, listen, it was a crazy build-up, wasn't it? Because, you know, Elanga did really well down the right, got the ball into the box. It was pinging around a bit, and then Livramento went to hit a shot, which completely sliced. But Dan Burn somehow managed to keep the ball and lay it back to Miley, who didn't hit a strong shot, but it was just hilarious to see T-Rex arms let that in. You know, flapping at it and pushing it under his legs into the back of the net. And nothing more than we deserved. And then Voldemada's goal. I mean, look, wonderful finish from Voldemada, wasn't it? Just he doesn't score easy goals. He just isn't the type of player that you look at and think, wow, he scores easy goals, because he doesn't. He doesn't score easy goals. It was an absolutely delightful chip over the goalkeeper. And, you know, from the TV cameras, you thought maybe one of the Everton defenders was going to get back and save it. That wasn't the case. It lands in the back of the net. And we're 3-0 up at half-time. But one player I have to make a point of saying is Elanga, because I thought he started very quietly to the game, but he got going. He did get going, and he never gave that ball up for the third goal. If you notice, when Livramento played the ball, I think Livramento played it a bit late, because I think Elanga was wanting the ball to be played quicker. He chips it over. He didn't give up. And then the Everton player just completely flapped at it. Elanga got the ball and then plays a lovely ball in for Voldemada, who goes on and finishes. So the all-round performance, 3-0 up at half-time, you're cruising. Now it's important to make sure that you come out for the second half and don't do a typical Newcastle, as if everything goes to pot in the dressing room at half-time. But we didn't. We were very comfortable in the game. Yes, of course, Everton pushed us, but they have to. They're 3-0 down on their home ground. They're not just going to sit back and let us have the ball. They are going to try and get back in the game. But to be honest, they didn't have a striker. I mean, whoever that Barry kid is, he's absolutely terrible. And if I was an Everton fan thinking we'd spent nearly £30 million on a player like that, who couldn't hit a barn door. You look at the goal that he scored that was disallowed. He completely misses the header. It hits him on the arm. And then when he does shoot it, he shoots it with the sort of side of his heel. He completely flapped at it. And then when it went in, he thought he scored a worldie. It was a complete lucky shot, but anyway, the goal was disallowed, so we don't really fucking care. And then, as I say, the fourth goal, I mean, God almighty, the build-up to that goal was incredible. Not just obviously the cross from Lewis Hall, but the build-up before that was amazing. But then Hall puts in a cross that, you know, if you know anything about goalkeeping, you have no idea whether to come out and catch that ball or try and make an attempt to get to the ball. He couldn't. He was frozen. And Malik Chow rises again with an absolute power surge of a header into the back of the net, 4-0 up. And then, of course, obviously, Dewsbury Hall gets a consolation. But do you know what? This is the first time in a very long time that I can sit here in a match reaction and think there wasn't one player that I can openly look at and think, nah, you weren't really at it today. Eddie Howe got the team spot on. And like I said in the commentary, it's fair enough. You know, we can criticise when things aren't going well. That's the whole point. There has to be a point when you're not playing well, you will get criticised. But then when you play well and you play like that, and that's how we know we can play, and the manager makes all the correct decisions in the game, you will get praised. And Eddie what a birthday present for Eddie. He made some big decisions with the team, but by God, he got that spot on tonight. Absolutely spot on. And, the changes he made, Willock came on and just had that desire to drive for goal again. Ramsey did well when he came on. And then obviously the three at the end were only on a couple of minutes, but, that was just to maybe just waste a little bit of time. I just thought we were excellent. And I don't think there's any Newcastle United fans can look at that performance tonight and think, yeah, it was a kind of lucky 4-1, because it wasn't. It was a blistering performance. And you know what? Everton played superbly well at Man United last week. So we were coming into this game, with a very difficult Everton side to beat, but we went out and destroyed them. With some wonderful goals, some wonderful football, and everybody's buzzing after that. Absolutely buzzing after that. Brilliant win. Now let's really get this going in the Premier League. We know what we're capable of. We've had the last 2 Premier League games have been fantastic performances. Let's keep this going. Let's really build something now. Get the decisions right. Keep the players in the side now that Ramsdale needs to stay. He needs to stay and go, because the defenders just look so much more comfortable with Ramsdale behind them than they do Nick Pope. I'm just being honest. They just look like passing it back to him and playing out from the back looks so much more comfortable with Ramsdale. And his goal kicking today was brilliant. Every single kick he did today was there for a Newcastle player to challenge from. He wasn't kicking it into just no man's land. His passing was superb. So there you go. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Is this now a turning point for Newcastle United where they can really build on this leading up to the Derby game? Because I think it is. I think we've got to get going now. And the last 2 Premier League games have made a big, big statement. 6 points from Man City at home and Everton away. A few weeks ago, we wouldn't have even expected that at all. So it's really, really now a start point to build. But let me know in the comments below what you thought. If you have enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, guys. And of course, if you're new to the channel, come and join this amazing community on the Toon Review by hitting the subscribe button, free of charge. All we ask for is you hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload or a live show. And of course, check out thetoonreview.com for our merchandise website, where there is hoodies, t-shirts, loads of stuff on there to buy your loved ones for Christmas if you want to do that to support the channel. But thanks very much for watching. We'll see you very soon. Take care.